What is poppin', yo? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're taking a look at yet another movie review, and today we are taking a look at Poor Things. This does star Emma Stone, it also stars Mark Ruffalo, and I decided to watch this simply because I saw it at the award show. I saw it at the Grammys. No, that's the music one. I saw it at nope, not the Golden Globes. One of the award shows. I forget which one. The one for the movies, like the Oscars, I think, maybe. I don't know. I saw it at one of those shows, and I decided to give it a watch. And it has Emma Stone in it, and we have taken a look at some things which has Emma Stone in it in the past. And I thought, why not take a look at this one too? So here we are taking a look at Poor Things. You can watch it in cinemas, I do believe, or you can watch it on a streaming service. I forget which one I watched it on. But without any further ado, any further delay, let's take a look at what it has to say on Google. So, brought back to life by an unorthodox scientist, a young woman runs off with a lawyer on a whirlwind adventure across the continents, free from prejudice of her times. She goes steadfast in her purpose to stand for equality and liberation. So, how this movie starts off is in black and white, with William Dafoe as a scientist who's very disfigured, and he gets a second scientist from his college, from his school, to help take care of his daughter, which is his also science project, who he lies to, but actually the woman killed herself because she didn't want to be a parent, she didn't want to be a mother, and obviously William Dafoe found the body and put a 3-year-old's child in the brain, which is obviously the baby inside her stomach, inside her head. So now she has a baby's brain, and she's having to learn everything all over again. He is a weird scientist, not gonna lie. He does have a load of other animals, with a chicken with a pig head, a duck with a goat head, a goat with a duck head, and so many other animals that are about. And she's learning everything for the first time. She's very angry, she gets upset a lot, and she's marrying her scientist friend, and she runs away because the lawyer for this marriage seduces her, and they run away. And she's very sexually active, and they fuck a lot, and she then gets angry at him, so they go on a boat, and they then get kicked off the boat in like Paris, so she becomes a sex worker, and then she goes back home because her scientist dude is dying. And then Mark Ruffalo gets angry because obviously she doesn't want him anymore. So he pulls up her real husband, the woman that she was before she's Bella, to take her back, which she then technically kills and turns into a goat human hybrid. And she does get married to the guy. Her scientist dad dies, and she brings her girlfriend from Paris over as well. So that's pretty much the story. I ran over quite a few things, and it all starts in black and white, but it changes to color when she gets with this sort of Mark Ruffalo fellow. And I feel like it changes because of her view of the world changes. And I feel like that's why the world is very uncanny valley, because there is some settings where the background and the sky and the ocean just look off. They don't look real. They look like a fantasy world. And I feel like that's because she's got a child's brain in an adult body. I feel like she's seeing the world and learning it all for the first time, so it all looks new and all looks strange, and they're trying to show that through the strangeness of how everything else looks around her. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this movie. I really didn't like it all that much. I thought it was pretty mediocre, pretty shit, if I have to say so myself. I really struggled with watching this movie. I was so fucking bored. It did not need to be 2 hours long. We saw a lot of naked Emma Stone, and I really didn't appreciate that. I felt like she was naked way too fucking much. We didn't need to see that much of Emma Stone's body. I know she turned into like a sex worker for like a part of the movie, but still, it's still too much Emma Stone. I really didn't want to see that. It's not what I wanted from my show, from my movie, and there isn't really much else to say about it. It's just a lot of Emma Stone being like fucked. There is a lot of fucking. There's a lot of sex. There's a lot of titties. A lot of ass. She even plays with a penis on screen, and it is so fucking weird. I don't get the point of this movie other than to shove a load of sex in my face. The outfits were pretty. I thought her dresses were really nice. I thought her character was really cool, and to see them like change and develop from that obviously toddler-like state to the full adult that she is, still struggling to understand the world because she was kept isolated for like the majority of her life or her starting life. It is just weird. It is just a fucking weird movie. I don't get how it won an Oscar. There's so much weird shit. I was so uncomfortable watching this movie with all the sex and all the uncanny valley-like stuff, with the people acting funny, the world being wrong, like with the description of the world and the sort of view of the world being off, just not so much, but so ever so slightly, with the sky being such unique colours and shapes, and the buildings being so, like, slightly out of place. I don't know. There was just so many things which made it so uncanny valley and so out of place, made me so uncomfortable when watching the normal scenes. And then the abundance of sex. I felt like Henry Cavill said it best. Sex scenes are genuinely not needed. They don't progress the film forward. In this case, it kind of does, and it is kind of needed, but I feel like they went overboard with it just because they could. And I'm pretty sure there's like 20 whole minutes of sex in this movie. Out of the 2 hours this movie is, there's 20 minutes of sex. And that might not seem like a lot, but fuck me, it was. There is so much. And then there's even more. There's like even fucking more pictures of naked people, which isn't even them fucking. So I'm going to say around like, fuck it, 35 minutes of naked people of the 2 hours that this movie goes on for. That's just a rough estimate. That is not an accurate statement. That is not an accurate fact, so please don't quote me on that. But I genuinely despise this movie. There was no need for that much sex. There's no need for that many naked people. I thought William Dafoe was fucking creepy as well when he was burping bubbles. He sounded like he was in a lot of pain. I thought that Mark Ruffalo was an absolute asshole. He only wanted her to fuck her, and that was it. And I thought it was just so uncomfortable because she has a mind of a child, and just because she has a body of a person, she still has a mind of a child, and you're wanting to have sex with her. It is just wrong on so many levels. It is disgusting, and I was so uncomfortable watching this movie. I watched it all just to get this review out, but I regret watching it, and I will probably never watch this again. This movie gets like a 3 out of 10. Like a 3 out of 10, because the costumes were good, the uncanny valley bit was good, and the acting on everyone's part was really good. But other than that, the story, the plot, the everything else was fucking disgusting, vile. I hated it. I think this movie should have never been made. I am sorry. William Dafoe, you are such a good actor. You did not need to have your name attached to this shit. And everyone said it's good. It won so many fucking Oscars, and I don't get how. I don't get how. It was fucking vile, and there was too much sex, too much of it, and too much of everything else. I don't know. It was very overwhelming, very uncomfortable. The set design was strangely clean and perfect, and there was nothing out of place anywhere, not even in the brothel. And the sky and the ocean and the ship was wrong. The ship didn't look like a ship. If that ship was actually on the ocean, I don't think it would have sailed successfully. It was just so strange. It was like our world, but not, and I was just so uncomfortable all the way through it. This hit like perfect uncanny valley, and if that's what you're looking for, give this movie a watch, but it wasn't what I was looking for. I'm going to be honest, my first interpretation of this movie was from a clip off TikTok where a baby was crying and someone was chewing too loud, and Emma Stone said they had to go punch them, and I thought it was just like fucking Victorian time lady dealing with autism, so I was like, right, cool, let's go watch that. But no, I was so fucking shocked and so fucking twisted around. I was basically had for a fool when I watched this, because I had no fucking clue what was happening for half of this movie. I just know there was a fuck ton of sex, and I was not here for it. YouTube, please don't ban me. I know I said the sex word a lot, but please don't, like, demonetize this video. There is no sex in this video. I just talk about it because of a movie that it was in. It wasn't my choice to put it in the movie, but that is like 50% of this movie and like 50% of this movie's plot, because she's she likes sex. That is like her big character trait, and that is pretty much it. So if you want like an extended porno, maybe go give this a watch. But other than that, I really didn't like it. It does deserve the 3 out of 10. And I'll see you all in the next one. I hope you all have an excellent day. I hated watching this, so I hope you enjoyed my suffering. And I'll see you all tomorrow for your next daily scheduled film review. If you do want me to do more film reviews, anime reviews, show reviews, please do let me know down in the comments below what movies you would like me to review. Don't worry, I'm already on Invincible and Fallout. I'm watching those currently, like, simultaneously, so I should have those out in the next coming days, so don't worry about that, and I'll see you all in the next one. I hope you'll have an excellent day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe. God fucking damn it, this movie was awful. I don't know how it won so many Oscars, but it's not what I was expecting this movie to be about at all. It was such, like, it defied all expectations, and I'm not sure I liked it. Alright, bye-bye. I'm done. I'm sorry. I shit on this movie a lot. Next one should be a lot more positive, alright? So, stay tuned.